Okay, so now that you have installed your WordPress blog, hopefully have found a theme. As you can see, I've changed it here to their gray um, stock, one of their gray not so custom looks. But you've chosen a theme that you like that looks kind of cool and hopefully will uh, treat you well. And now setting up some of the plugins and quickly go through some of the settings here to run through everything. Now on plugins, WordPress automatically comes with two plugins already installed. I'm going to close the Appearance tab here, and now you're in the Plugins Installed tab. One is called Akismet, and another one is Hello Dolly, which, my apologies to Matt Mullenweg, it's the first thing I do is delete Hello Dolly, because as much as I love that song, all it does is put a little quote up here. For each page that you view is a different line from the Hello Dolly song by Louis Armstrong. And I like What a Wonderful World better, but he didn't choose that one. He did Hello Dolly. So Akismet is just a spam protector. And what you need to do is visit WordPress.com, set up an account at WordPress.com, and get an API key to install Akismet. I highly recommend you do that, but not necessarily right now. What I'm going to show you how to do now is add some various plugins. And what plugins will do is expand the features, extend different things that you can do with your blog or your website. And so if I wanted, like with my site right now, there isn't, I can add text and create things and upload images so that they appear in the site and such. But if I wanted to add something that had a, like right up here, was a lightbox image, so that way when someone clicked on the image, it expanded into a larger view of the picture without opening the picture into a new window, but it actually appeared right here on top of everything. That's called a lightbox. There are plugins that will do that for you, and all you have to do is install it. Click a few buttons on the installation once it's installed to how you want it to work, and boom, it's done. And there are, again, thousands and thousands and thousands of free plugins. And see, one of the first plugins that I always install is spam free, because comment spam is a problem on the internet. And what that means is on your blog, and then below this there will be a list of plugins that I use and recommend. If I were not logged in, it wouldn't say I'm logged in as Matthew. It would say I'm to enter your name and your website and email address, and then a person can leave a comment here. Well, spam is a problem on the internet because it asks for your website, and what happens is when someone leaves their name and website information and they leave a comment, like if I hover over here, WordPress, Mr. WordPress, if you look down here in the status bar, you'll see the website for that person. And from an SEO perspective, you want links back to your website because that gives you more authority in the eyes of Google and all the other search engines. And so there are companies out there that go around spamming blogs to put their links on these websites to get links back to their site. And so you want to control spam. Plus, there are just people that create robots that do all sorts of weird things. So the first one I always install is WP Spam Free. Click Install, and it'll go to WordPress.org and grab the plugin here and load it onto your server. I can click Activate right here, and now the plugin is activated. And the list of plugins that will be below these videos, I'll give you the title, you'll have a link to it, and they should all be, if I remember correctly, they're all from WordPress.org, so you won't have to, you should be able to upload and install any of them through the WordPress installer here, through the Add New search feature. If it's not and you need to download it from another site, which some of, I don't believe I have any here personally, and I don't like to use a lot of those because they don't get automatically, if it's in the WordPress.org repository that you can upload through here, you get an automatic update in your uh, plugins thing that says you have 1, 2, or 3 that need to be updated, and sometimes they update. Like Pretty Link is another one. That one shortens URLs. Or instead of giving links to other sites, I can put a tiny URL on with my domain. So it would say azhomeinsurance.net / and I could type in the word Google here, and it would actually be a link to google.com. If you notice, I do that on this site, so that way I can track the different links that what people are clicking on, and I know what people are looking at, and it's an easy way for me to track things. This one gets updated a lot, so that's why that popped into my head. So what happens is I get an update, a little notice here that says this needs to be updated. There'll be a button underneath here. Click to update it. It'll go to WordPress.org and automatically update the plugin. And if that doesn't make sense right now, it will as you start using your blog more. So that is how you install plugins. And if you want to, you can go to codex.wordpress.org. Actually, just go to wordpress.org, I'm sorry. And then you click on the Extend tab here. And it's wordpress.org, not .com. There is a .com, but that is actually a hosted WordPress blog that you can use on their site, which is not what you want to do. Trust me, you want to use this one for this. And there's a plugins directory, and then there's also the themes directory, which are the directories that you can access through the guts of your site here. And you can actually go through and type in if you have an idea of something that you want and you're not sure what to do. If you're looking for, well, there's a stats program or a stats plugin right there, but if you want a stats plugin, here you go. Here's hundreds of stats plugins that will give you statistics on what's going on your site. And I'll go through in a future video to show you Google Analytics and how to incorporate that with your site so you can figure out what people are doing actually on your site when you visit it, even though I just showed you stats, how to search for stats plugins here. So anyhow, there's plugins. And then